Hey, what's going on, y'all? Good evening, or the proper greeting wherever you are in the world. So this is episode 8, part 2. Just an intro before we start. Just wanted to single out a couple of comments again, just because, we've been getting a lot more comments now from a variety of viewers. And that is, I know I keep repeating myself, but it is truly so awesome to see this. I love, the community kind of engagement. I like engaging with a community, and I like to hear what they have to say. So anyways, let's start. So Saipan asks us about the server washing requirements in this server, and if not, I will be joining. Understandable. I'm sorry to say, but yes, you're gonna need a HP wash if you play Night Lord, any of Bowmaster or Marksman, Buccaneer, Corsair. You will need to HP wash to a varying degree on those classes if you decide to choose them. You do not, however, need to wash if you choose Warrior, Shadower, Mage. You don't need to wash these three. Although you can wash the Mage if you so choose to like 10k HP around there, or a little lower. Anyways, just a higher HP range to survive attacks without having your MG on if you get dispelled during a boss or something. You can MP wash and reset your MP gain skill in first job, and that'll enable you to wash a mage essentially to very high HPs. Even 30k if you're crazy. Or very pro, like, I don't know, Salafia or something, or Noob Gamer. Yeah, if you're like them, you can HP wash to 30k. And next comment. There is a hidden damage multiplier between two-handed and one-handed weapons. I had no idea about this. So we talk a little bit, we have a little conversation about it in the comments, and then we understand now, I think. So that's why we have more two-handed heroes that wear stone tooths in this server, is because of that multiplier, I think. And the lunchbox doesn't exist in this server. So that's why I'm not seeing any like one-handed shield warriors, because those were so cool. I think they have a cooler attack animation, one-handed shield warriors. Like when they're brandishing, they kind of go like that. They can kind of go up and under, kind of, when they're like doing those attacks with the brandish. Whereas two-handed, you're just kind of like swinging it like a baseball bat. And yep, he just kind of goes into more detail under here. And I think we asked about this specifically in this episode, so thank you, Amir, for informing us. There's another player who also informed us that of another hidden multiplier. I forgot to put him in here though. We have Coolboy111. I've been binge watching the series, bro. Good stuff. This is important. Voice is a bit overshadowed by music, in my opinion. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't think you're tripping. I think that we were using this as a band-aid fix because we have this like kind of background humming issue in our video. So I just figured, just raise the music volume and no one else can hear it. But in the end, people can't even hear us. So we'll fix that. White Malay kind of consoles us here about our scrolling session that went very badly. And he says that to keep pushing forward, he failed 5 out of 5, 60% on his Raggedy Cape yesterday. My god. Yeah, he had it worse than us. So please send your thoughts out to White Malay. He's going through a tough time right now. Very clearly. Like we don't need any. People have had it worse than us in that solo session. And Newfound Game says he's a 128 polearm main. Just thought I'd kind of give him a feature because it's kind of cool to see a polearm DK, a dark that's a polearm user, because you're basically just branding yourself as a inferior bossing counterpart to the spear user. But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad choice. It's just a cool way to play the game. It's just a less common way to play the game, I think. And I think that deserves, a lot of respect. And like, instead of ridicule. Because there's like these people who will see like a marksman and go like, hey bro, didn't you know that bowmasters do more damage? And they're just better? idiot. And then the marksman just kind of stands there and says, yeah, you do more damage than us, but we're a different playstyle, you know? Lay off, man. And polearm main. Very cool. Very cool. Thanks for sharing, man. I hope there's more polearm mains later that we see. And maybe we'll explore it a little bit. I doubt it, because we're not skilling the polearm mastery or booster. But anyways, that's it for the comments we're featuring for now. And recap into what we're going to go. Not a recap, but like a summary of what we're going to do this episode. I know I said we're going to do the food collection quest, the tentacle collection quest. Yeah, not doing that. Not doing that. F that. We're going to go ascend the tower to the golems to farm spear 60s. Then we're going to use the rock portal thing, or the capsule, to go to Ludy. Do the timer prequests. Farm helm 60s. Maybe a couple GFAs. And then we're done for that area there. We're going to head to Orbis. First, turn a bunch of quests. Go down to Nath. Go to Hector's and farm a level 64 spear. And after we do that, we're going to hit Zakum prequests. We're going to do the whole thing. Maybe that'll be in a separate episode after we get done with finding our spear. So I'll see you in game. I hope that sounds like an exciting itinerary. And yeah, thank you. See you in game. Hey there. Alright, so we're just doing some commentary right now. We're waiting for King Clang to spawn. So I figured we just knock out some commentary. Just starting out in Ludy now. We're going to hit the block golems later for the Spear 60s attack. But yeah, now this is part of the PAP request we're doing. Going to work on accuracy first before we move on with that. So just getting those Tachyons. And we're going to start out with a kind of like a timer grind. Like looking for a timer. I think we get 2. And do the prequest while we're at it. We get a little lucky. We get a lucky timer spawn. And yeah, we're just looking for those egg drops. And yeah. And a part of this lengthy grind is we're going to hit Platoon Chronos and Master Chronos. Looking for those GFAs. We get 1 GFA 60, and the drop rate is just way too low for me. So we kind of put that on hold. We're gonna farm Madions for those tentacles because those drop GFAs. So I figure, why not just try to look for GFAs while we're looking for those Madion tentacles for the antidote quest. And yeah, just knocking out some TikToks here. I believe we'll see the timer spawn very soon here, and we freak out a little bit just because there's so many NX hunters on right now, like more than usual. Because in the King Clang map, while we were there, I saw at least 4 people go in and out of that map while we had map ownership, and that makes me very nervous. So yeah, we get the timer, and we kind of leave it there because we need it for the quest, and we're just trying to hustle up here. And it always happens. How it's so funny how it always happens that the area boss always spawns when we're in the midst of getting the quest done. I mean, that's cool and all. Like I would rather that happen than have to wait like we're waiting right now. But it just puts so much pressure on us, like randomly out of nowhere. We have to just get this quest done so we can get that timer kill. And yeah, getting the Chronos eggs. Got those 10 now. Now we just gotta get those 10 TikTok eggs, and we'll be in business. Again, hustling up. And if we miss the King Clang kill while we're narrating, it's fine. We'll just go back later and get him later. But yeah, I anticipate on the King Clang spawning like kind of far off from now because there's so many people hunting him. And yeah, the Torties later on. I won't commentate on what's not happening on the screen, so we'll just mention that later. But yes, I see someone in that map. I'm like, oh shit, oh god, don't go to channel 15, please. We need that. We need him in channel 15. And just trying to get the eggs quickly. We're looking kind of for more timers. Then we get like 2 here. And yeah, this is a very high like foot traffic map. So like people who don't take the taxi are on their way down to, you know, PAP or something, they'll usually find the timer and wipe them all out. So yeah, that was our second timer. We're just, yeah, not really focused on getting an X right now, so it doesn't matter. And here we go to Platoon Chronos for a little bit, like 20 minutes, not very long, just to kind of see if GFAs drop, like kind of frequently, like how I remember. Because I used to grind this on my, when I was like making my bishop, when I was a priest, I would just grind this map. And I would also like sell low level leech. And GFAs drop like, you know, like candy here. So I remember. But we also had a lot higher like map clearing speed. Like we could just clear the map out in like 5 seconds. Whereas here we have to like go to each platform and kind of mob each platform and try to look for GFAs. And like playing a dangerous game again, like not picking stuff up. But I feel like my eyes are good enough to see it like fly out when they do drop. But I don't believe we get any GFAs other than the one that comes. And yeah, we figure this grind isn't worth it at the time. Let's try grinding something while also achieving a quest. But yeah, we kill these no problem. And kind of going back on our words, like how this is going to be like a heavy grind, quote unquote. It's not. We're gonna come back as like a third option, option C or something. If GFAs don't come from Medions or Gatch, we'll go here and try to make a better glove. But I figure, since we're Gatching a Mushroom Shrine, if we get like a very lucky Chaos Scroll from our Gatch, we can drop a Chaos on the glove or something and see what happens. Yeah. So that was just an idea I was toying around with. But yeah, we just back and forth. Team Chronos. I mean, they drop maple shields, which are kind of cool, but you know, we have no use for them. And I remember back in the day, maple shields, like if you had a maple shield, you were like kind of the center of attention, because those were like kind of highly sought after back in the day, both because they looked cool and they had like 10 slots. So like I think they went for like 25 mil, which was a ton, because like Illibes cost 30 mil back in the day, I think. And a maple shield was like very, very pricey, extremely expensive item, because they were a rare drop and, you know, cosmetically very cool and very, very nice item. A lot of applications. You can scroll from magic attack or weapon attack. And yeah, a lot of the one-handed shields, shield warriors, heroes, they would have a very high attack with maple shield, in combination with like their red katana or something, or yeah, or their reverse executioner, whatever. And yeah, we just NPC stuff because we get a lot of like equipped item drops during this grinding session. We make a good chunk of meso. Like I think we end at a low over 60 million, midway through 60 mil. And yeah, just resume Platoon Chronos grind for a little bit, but I also am keeping in mind that we have a time frame to keep to. Like, I don't want to spend too much time just like grinding for a scroll when we have so much to accomplish. Like, we have to hunt our level 64 spear, we have to hunt a handful of Helm Dexes. That's the more high priority scroll right now for us. And we have to do Ludy Prequests, we have to hunt King Clang, do Florina Beach, all that, and possibly more quests that we aren't thinking of right now. But yes, the timer quest chain was actually a very good thing we did to stop by and do, because of the sheer amount of experience we got. Like, we get 2 level ups just from doing that quest chain, and that was very nice, very, very nice. Puts us in position to immediately wear our spear, our level 64 maple spear. So that was nice, and then puts us in position at level 65 to wear this other equipment we get later on. And yeah, pretty soon here I think we're going to shift our attention over to MCs, Master Chronos's, to get those little springy worms to feed the timer egg chicklet. Like we're Mama Bird. If Mommy's coming with the worm. And yeah, we just can simultaneously farm those springy worm things to feed the timer, get the quest done, while also farming Helm Dex 60s. And we're just checking the drop table. These are actually the same as Medions. They're both the second rarest drop to happen from these is the Glove 60s. They're very uncommon, I guess, evidently. I thought the Esther Shield would be rare, but it's not. And yeah, no such luck with any, no 7 int Esther Shields this time. But yeah, do this for a little while. I think now we're gonna shift our attention now to MCs. And it's a nice kind of peaceful grind. Like, it's not very difficult. Like I've done this before when my Night Lord was in its infancy, when I was like first coming to the server and looking for Helm Dexes. I farmed this map for a long while to get enough to scroll my Z Helm back then. And I remember my very first try, I got a 38 Dex Z Helm from just doing it like everything passed. Like, I got a plus 10 Z Helm, which was just very, very lucky, like beginner's luck back then. And take a small pause here before we go to Master Chronos. Just kind of get ready for the grind. And yep, we're gonna head on up. I think we spent around 2 hours there in MCs. A pretty significant portion of our grinding session today. But we need the Helm Dexes so very badly, just so very badly. Because, you know, if we don't get some more, like, accuracy and dex, like, we can split our dividends and tip the fuck over and die and give up on the Iron Man. And, I mean, fail it. Fail the Iron Man if we don't just do this now. So we're highly motivated to do this, because it's a do or die kind of thing. We don't have the Z Helm. We're not going to even get it if we don't get a Dex Helm now. Right now. And this is just half the part of it, because if the scrolls decide to fail, we're kind of, you know, dead in the water and we have to do this again. So we're just gonna try to put ourselves in the position. We're gonna have a scrolling, like a very heavy scrolling session very soon here. We have enough for another Gatch run. Maybe we'll accumulate 70 and do our Gatch run, or we can, that was our first Dex 60, or we can just go with 35 for now and see if we get any hits and then scroll. I think that's what we'll do, because when we get our Soul Spear, we need to scroll that right away. And we're going to grind for Spear 60s. Hopefully get a Spear 30 from Gatch. And just throw a couple on our Soul Spear. Go full send. You know, fingers crossed. We need a lot of luck. We need to get lucky today. Or in the later session. We have to get lucky. And there are dry periods, like dry spells of Helm Dex 60s. And those get pretty rough, but as soon as we get a Helm 60 to drop, it kind of revitalizes us each time. And I was just thinking in my head while I was grinding, just like a random boring thought, like a shower thought, that it's kind of like getting a paycheck. Like, if you worked a bunch of overtime and you're expecting a big payout on your paycheck, it's kind of what it's like. It's like getting a paycheck when you get the Helm 60 after a big dry spell. I just thought that was a funny thing. Funny thought. But yeah, these are not like the second to last item on the drop table. They're like at the top of the second page of these drops. Their drop list. So theoretically, they should come a little more often than GFA 60s from Platoon, Chronos, and Medions. So I'm willing to do this little grind here. I think we accumulate 6 Helm Dex 60s, and we have 2 Helm Dex 70s. And I think we'll just leave it unfinished for now. Maybe we'll split these scrolls amongst those 2 remaining green bandanas we have left, just to kind of, you know, not be be a total loss if 3 60s fail or something in a row. We'll just kind of split those failures amongst both green bandanas and just do some damage control, scroll a little smarter, and just kind of increase our chances of getting a 16 dex green bandana or something. Because that would be what we need. That would be somewhat a milestone for us. And I'm playing a little smarter. This time I'm picking up things, at least when we have a very large ball of mobs, and I can't see what dropped. Like I physically can't track what dropped. I'll loot stuff on the ground, just to like make sure we don't miss a Helm 60 or something. And yeah, we also get a good EXP grind while we're at this too. So this is tackling 3 different things, or 4. We get the MC kills for that quest. We feed the timer egg. We get Helm Dex 60s, and we get E-experience. So, very productive thing to do right now is to grind these MCs. Probably could have hit these sooner, but we were questing. So, yeah. Questing just took up everything. Our energy, our attention, our priority. Yeah, level up right there. That was a ton of experience we got. And I don't regret questing so much because we are going to want the quest specialist later on, knock out a good portion, and it's like ripping off a band-aid you've had on for like 2 weeks. You know, just rip it off quick, get it over with. The pain is temporary. It is, because once you move beyond it, it's like a happy memory, or it doesn't affect you any longer once you're out of the moment. And yes, this is going to be very, very long. Very long. I can kind of talk about maybe old school memories a little more. Like, I guess I can talk more about CPQ, MCPQ, that party quest, as I remember when the map was so flooded, it was like extremely populated. Like you had to put those ats, like the at symbol, you had to like end your message, like join PQ times 50 ats, you know, at the end, just so your message at the very top and people can see it over everyone talking and just, you know, the 2 characters everywhere. Join CPQ, level 50, Dexless Sin, and then people would size you up. They would click on your character, and then see if you're wearing like a sauna robe, a pink adventure cape, like a shinobi bracer, not shinobi bracer, but like a Candeo, and like face stompers. And then if you were wearing all of that, you would get an invite in less than a second. In like less than 1 second, someone would invite you. So you would get sized up, whereas if you were wearing just like plain level 50 thief gear, it would take a little bit longer of a time. Or yeah, if you're like a warrior wearing like the lion's fang, I guess a bathrobe as well, like a strength robe, a Z helm, brown work gloves, pink adventure cape, face stompers, you would also get an instant invite. Just like immediately, you would just get poached. The same goes for when you're like looking for opponents, like in that 66 big map with the Rombots. What I would do is I would kind of click on who my opponents would be, just to kind of size up what their characters looked like for the same reasons. If like we were going up against Dexless Sins or like extremely overpowered warriors, I would deny the challenge. I would just deny it unless we were like a very strong party. Like if we had like a Dexless Sin, a strong mage, like an ice lightning mage who was very powerful, and a strong like lineup, I would maybe then accept these very like stacked parties that would, you know, challenge us. Because I wanted to be like competitive too, and I wanted to just like wipe the floor with them and just flaunt our superiority as a CPQ party. And yeah, I remember I would easily get like 30,000 CPQ points each run, just alone, myself. Or was it 20,000? Anyways, I would get like 2/3 of the CPQ points, just killing Rombots. And then there's like a lot of trash talking too at the bottom, where the Rombots would be like, "Wow, your damage sucks, bro. Get good. Watch this," and then just like, you know, 2 kill with the Rombot and like 2 lucky 7s. It would be like, yeah, you. It's like you like, yeah. It's like, I'm better than you. Or, you know, vice versa, where one would just be like jocking on me in the bottom. And just, you know, it's fun. And then same goes for LMPQ, is that area was super just like populated and difficult to even get in. Because I remember once you got the party and you were doing your LMPQ and you finished kind of the 2 minutes, like we would shoot for 2 minutes per run. So once you got outside, you had to spam the talk to NPC button, like spam it every second, just to have even a slight chance of getting in. Otherwise, you were just waiting outside, and that was all 20 channels, or all 19 channels. Just had to spam the NPC click button. I have it on semicolon on my current keybind. But yeah, I remember as soon as the PQ was done, boom, 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 boom. NPC talk, and then if you got in, it would fade to black, and you end up in the PQ. And I wish we had more of that, because that EXP was so nice. Such a great experience gain, especially with the fast party. Like, everyone knew what they were doing. Ideally, everyone memorized what every single map looked like and which portal you had to take. Because there's like an equation. I think you have to get to 21 or something. And I think the left portal subtracted something, and the middle one added, and right, so on and so forth. I don't know the exact numbers anymore. I would just kind of memorize what each map looked like, and know which portal to take at any given map. And the same goes for everyone else I partied with who was skilled at it. So yeah, we could get like a 2-hour like LMPQ grinding session could get you a ton of levels. It was like the primary method for me, at least, to get to 70 back then. Like, I did that over grinding primarily. And that was awesome. Fun times. So we're almost wrapping up this MC grind right now, because we're almost depleted on our Monster EXP bonus for that card set. And I figure, why don't we just try to get one more Helm Dex at least? I don't think it ever comes, so we just leave and move on to Orbis, turn a bunch of quests, go to Florina Beach and quest there, and get ourselves in position to take care of King Clang and get that quest done. Just because we got like a lot, we got a decent chunk in an hour. Like, this grind isn't bad. Like, if on average you get 6 Helm Dexes in an hour, that's like truly pretty good. That's good. It's like rewarding. It's not like we grinded an hour just for one. So I'm relieved that they drop kind of fairly often, or somewhat not as infrequently as I would think. And yeah, a lot of dry spells. So if those dry spells, like 2 or 3 of them, turn into just like a bountiful Helm 60 drop, we could possibly get even 3 more than what we just did in an hour. And yes, grinding more. Maybe I'll see if King Clang spawned yet. Just checking if King Clang spawned. Sorry, this is probably not very professional to do this during a live, like a commentary. Okay, King Clang hasn't been up yet, or someone killed it, I don't know. Resuming, going on. So right now we're heading down to Orbis via Korean Folktown and Aqua Road. We actually knock out a couple things in Korean Folktown as well on the way there, like the King Goblin quest, and yeah, the tiger kill thing, tiger skins, and yeah, it's kind of nice because the reward, you can get this 5 int like one-handed mace. So I go with that over the strength cape, because, you know, then we won't have to scroll for int anymore. We'll just have the 20 int at level 65. Extra int, well, I mean, not extra, but just 20 total int to get 2 more MP per level up. Get the food items, and then we're just gonna head on over. I think we started the 9-tailed fox prequest too, but it's asking for 333 Sammy tails, and I'm just not really keen on grinding that right now. Like, I'm sorry, but I just am not. That's so much. And it always feels bad to have the curse debuff on you, so that makes you get less experience. And like that just kind of sucks to have on, because I think you get like 33% less experience. It's like an inverse holy symbol on yourself. So I just don't like grinding them just for that sole reason. We go in the Ninetails map, Ninetailed Fox's map, just to check if it's around. But I think that's like a higher level boss, like in the 70s. I don't know if I can hit it without maple pops, and I think I'm just passing on it for now. We spawn some green king goblins here. Pro tip, don't do what I just did. Don't drop all of the uses on top of one another, because they glitch out and you don't get a king goblin spawn. Sometimes you just like waste that use item, because like we only get like four blue goblins. Well, actually not this time, because we're getting hit a lot, so we can only drop 2 at a time before we get hit. But you'll kind of see here, one of them doesn't spawn, one of the blue goblins. We dropped 3, 2 spawned. And we lose out on 2 red goblins, because we dropped all those roast porks on top of one another. So don't do that. Don't do what I did. Tough choice here. Strength Cape or Int Mace. Go with the Int Mace, because we need that. Our cape needs dex on it. Any sort of power on a cape is going to be weapon attack. We'll catch like a PGC or something later down the line. So the Int Mace is definitely more handy for us. To check out Seraph real quick. I don't think there's the prequests in the server currently that are for Seraph, so we just bypass it, go to Herb Town, make our way up to Orbis. And I want to come back to Mulung because of Dojo and these quests that we picked up just there. After we get done with King Clang, no, we need to go to Nath and farm our spear and do Zack and prequests, and then afterwards maybe we'll do Dojo, a couple Dojo grinding hours to get our yellow belt, resolve some dex issues or accuracy issues, get a small power up from that. And I wonder how long that grind's going to take, because I think we need 1200 points or something. 1600. So it might take a little while. We get a bunch of Florina Beach quests done in the meantime. Now we're going to try to look for King Clang, which is where we kind of stopped off and began kind of this voiceover. And I know there's a hidden street for like Lorangs and Clangs, but I just don't remember them. So we're just going to kill them in the maps you just commonly walk through, which might be slightly less efficient, but it doesn't matter because King Clang's not up. It's someone's killed them all, or multiple people have killed them all. They're like currently extinct. So we can just kind of chill and take our time with King Clang. Not that we know at the moment right now, but we'll find out later when we make it over. And yeah, in the meantime we'll just also collect coconuts too. Coconuts, a bunch of etc. items from all the mobs here. I could have grinded Lupa Bananas for those other quests, but I think we'll just go to Monkey Forest and do it just because the spawn rate's so much better. You know, kind of save time with the grind. Yeah. This area is pretty nostalgic, kind of, back in the day. Because, yeah, a lot of people would come here to train. Like, if you're in Ice Lightning, this was like your playground for Ice Lightning mages. Because these are weak to lightning. So you just, like, zap them all, and you just do immense damage to them. So, yeah. Ice Lightning mages. And this is the King Clang map. When it spawns, it's kind of inconspicuous. Like, it just becomes, it's a shell, and it kind of looks like part of the map. So you just have to kind of look around, see if there's a shell that wasn't there before, and then break it to have, to summon him. So that's always funny. I'm pretty sure I've walked past like many King Clangs or TP'd out of a map when he was in fact in there, just because he looked like an ordinary conch shell. So I guess that makes him a hermit crab. But it looks like he's fused with his shell. But yeah, now it's asking us to collect more etc. items, so we go and do that. And the Torties later on, they drop GFA 10s. I didn't know that. And it confirmed it from their drop table. So we try to grind that for a little bit later on to just try to get like maybe 3 GFA 10s or something, so we can scroll later. But eventually we get bored and just decide to wait and take a break and do some commentary instead. But yeah, that yeah, essentially is what we do here. Afterwards, yeah, Elnath, Ludy Prequests, and we'll figure things out. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. Oh, and scrolling, yes. After Ludy Prequest, we'll scroll, and that sounds fun. We get a 5 strength overall right there to replace the one that exploded. So the game gave us something back there. It's not like a godly roll or anything. It's not like 8 or 9 strength, but it'll do. Maybe just for fun. If we get enough accuracy, we have some surplus somehow down the line, we can just switch to that strength overall if we can successfully scroll one. But yeah. Really not much. Not much I want to say here. I think we'll include dummy scrolling a little bit, but since our last few scrolls have just all failed, I think that counts as dummy scrolling. So I think we'll start off with just the straight item we're trying to improve on, and then we'll dummy scroll a little bit in between each time. Just because last session we didn't dummy scroll at all for anything important. So I think the key is to dummy scroll just like in moderation, like 1 or 2 times during the your scrolling session. Because had we dummy scrolled, we might have maybe gotten 1 pass to go through at least on a very important item. Maybe. I mean, in hindsight, it would have worked. But you never know. You truly never know. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be the 5th quest knocked out in Florina Beach. If we get King Clang, that'll be 6. So that is awesome. Really helps for quest specialist. And these are relatively easy quests to complete too. So yeah. There's 10 Clang claws. And we'll make it back here eventually to try to farm some GFA 10s. And while we wait for King Clang patiently to spawn, I believe it's 3 hours as the base respawn time, but this server does like plus or minus like 30% of the respawn timer, just so you can't like predict when it'll come back. And we surf through the channels a little bit. We surf like through most of them until we decide to come back to the one we were originally on, which is channel 15. Just because it's like not in any of them, it's not anywhere. They're all gone. Someone must have cleared this out recently. Yeah, end up completing our 40 card set somewhere down the line. But yeah. I'm gonna look for King Clang again. Stand by. Nope. He is not here yet. Come on, come on, come on, spawn. So we can do other things. I'm eager to grind. I'm ready to grind. But nope, no such luck. I swear, somebody killed it while we were talking. Oh, that pain. That'd be painful. But it's okay. It's okay. Good things to come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait. So wow, we have like 70 million. That's awesome. Maybe we can start using some EXP coupons, hair coupons, and get the hairstyle we want. I decided not to go with Dreamcatcher. Like, I've been doing that too much. We're gonna go with the Mohawk. I think that's what I'm feeling is the Mohawk. So yes, killing Twarties. Like, I didn't know they dropped GFAs yet at this time until one actually dropped, and then I just farmed the rest of the cards to actually confirm that it is the Twarties that are indeed dropping the GFA 10s. And once we confirm that, we grind for a little bit, like 15 minutes, and then we do what we're doing right now, is commentating. They're very slow, so they're hard to, like, they take a while to mob and like reach you on the other side. So we just take care of a few platforms above while we wait for them all to kind of walk to us. Yeah. And yeah, just thanks to anybody who's watching, you know. Thanks for anyone who's new, who's returning. Just thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. And it's cool how we're getting a little bit of traction. Like, people are watching and visiting the series. So it's just so cool. It's really cool. I never thought we would get this far. I never thought this would be the result. I thought we would just be stuck at, like, I don't know, 30 viewers or something. Like 30 views per video. And people would not like the series because I'm pretty aware that this is like low quality production. Like, I've never taken any video editing classes. I've never tried to learn on my own time before. And I don't know what my personality or the reception to my personality would be. But I'm glad that overall it seems to be positive. Like, I think it's all positive. Like, and it's okay if it's not. Like, if people don't like it, they don't have to watch either. It's hard, it's impossible to please everybody. But I'm glad that overall, like, people are happy and entertained by this for the most part. I don't want to speak for anybody, but yeah, if that's the case, that's awesome. Alright, so we'll pause here. Continue to wait for King Clang. I'm gonna record when it spawns. And yeah, have a little break, intermission. So thanks, I'll see you when we come back. Alright, we're back now. We had to wait around for a little while, so we start clearing out all the King Clangs, and I'm a hypocrite right now because I've said before that I don't advocate for people who clear out all the channels, but I did so. We killed 18 King Clangs total. I did this because I feel like we earned it in a way, because we literally waited out the entire like respawn timer, like from start to end. We waited for a long time, a long while. So does that kind of entitle us to 18 King Clangs? In my mind, I justify it and I kill them all. So yeah, that's what we do. It doesn't take us very long. It's a kind of a good EXP grind. These King Clangs give okay amount of experience if you kill them in like masses. So yeah, get 2 Cape Strength 60 scrolls out of them, which I didn't even know that scroll existed. Scroll Strength 60? Like, that's kind of cool. I didn't know they, I know Cape Strength 30 existed, but I didn't know 60s existed. So maybe we'll use those later, farther down the line. Just not immediately useful to us right now. So yeah, we, you know, it's kind of takes a while to check each channel because it can spawn on like platforms. It can spawn on the ground level, in the corner. So just try to be thorough in locating all the King Clangs. But yeah, these kills take up a little while just because there's 18 of them we're getting to. think we get 4 out of the 5 cards for King Clang, which is unfortunate because if we just got done with the set, we wouldn't have to come back here. But yeah, 4 out of 5, not bad. At least we can see the drop table now to see if it's worth farming. We have this map saved for later if we do decide to come back. But anywho, I think we're gonna end off episode 8 after we get done with these King Clang kills, because that's pretty much the mission behind episode 8, right? Is just the area bosses and their quest chains. And we got done with Timer, we got done with King Clang. So we've done Dial, Faust, Deo, Clang, Timer. And until level 65, I think that's all we can do for area bosses so far. Maybe the Nine-Tailed Fox quest we can hit later. But I think that wraps it up for episode 8. And we'll kind of pick off in Elnath. Elnath for episode 9, where we start farming our spear. And probably throw in a scrolling session in that episode as well, right before we do some Zac prequests. So just so it's not so stuffed into one episode, because I think we're including too many things now if we add anything else on this episode. So let's just wrap it up after this. I think that'll kind of be good for the continuity of our journey and what we accomplish each time. And wow, was that it? Yeah, that was all the King Clangs. Dang. So yeah, 18 King Clangs. We dock in like almost 4,000 NX from this, which is great. That is just sweetness. So yeah, 13 100 NX cards, 10 250 NX cards. So we get our gash tickets there. We're ready to gash when it's appropriate. And yeah, we'll end it off here. So we'll see you in episode 9. Thank you so much for watching. I am super grateful for everyone who's commented, everyone who's watched. So thank you so much. Thank you.